And here I would like to take one from Vincent from ILO. I believe he's based in Geneva. It's the top ranked question on the Q&A chat at the moment. And he's saying, my organization is moving forward with innovation, but isn't yet involved in blockchain projects. What advice would you offer him to start using his blockchain skills in the organization? So where does one start? If there's no starting point, there's no project yet to get involved in, no one has thought about it, and I'm not saying that's the case for ILO, but maybe it is. Where do you start?
Ariana, do you want to talk about the Atrium maybe as a starting point?
Yeah, great. We'll just ping pong back and forth. Yeah, so I think once you've read the paper, as Christina mentioned, and you kind of have the decision tree and all the different functional tools to help conceptualize blockchain, the next step, and what we've seen in our organization at UNICEF is, and I think a pattern that we've seen in lots of organizations, is that there has to be a need for a blockchain project. So if you've done all the problem definition, et cetera, we don't believe in using blockchain just to use blockchain and say we're using blockchain and then be innovative. But for us and our organization, the way we've kind of evaluated it is that, we have done the problem assessment. We realize that, there could be an interesting use case for blockchain, and each team will have a different structure in terms of how they pitch projects or how they collaborate on things. But on the informal side, within the Atrium, our hope in creating it was that you as a project manager or a program manager, depending upon what level you're at, could go in and see what other agencies are doing and actually maybe kind of build up an argument as to why you should explore blockchain and be able to take the different projects that people are using and how they're using it, translate that to what a need would be within your organization and a use case within your organization. And then by having this evidence of what other agencies are doing, and then also by having access to a network of people who have already been through what it looks like to hire a blockchain vendor, or what, people who have passed it through their management, or who actually have even maybe deployed blockchain projects, all that information combined hopefully gives you a good arsenal to be able to take that to whoever will maybe sign off on you trying something. And so I will say, for a lot of the blockchain innovations that we've seen, it does start with a very early idea that then maybe moves to a prototype. It doesn't necessarily mean projects are immediately being deployed in the field by hundreds or thousands of users. Usually the baby steps have to happen, especially within an organization that might be more fearful about blockchain and what it is. And so I would say, my advice would be to, if you already have ideas of how to use it, which we have heard from some other people, I actually had a fellow UN colleague email me yesterday and saying they have this whole idea for a blockchain project. And I said, that's a great thing to put on the forum, and then see who else would be interested in collaborating and maybe who is doing something similar that maybe you can leverage their code for. But I would say, think through, now understanding what blockchain is, think through a use case or a problem that's, your organization is facing, and then rely upon colleagues to kind of walk you through that process. But it looks different for every organization because, it could be that you want to do something that's about, improving internal efficiencies. So that's a different kind of pitch of maybe including your operations department